Hello, 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 and welcome to the continuing adventures of Mewtwo as he treks through the dungeon. Well, last we left off, I had cleared out the lair and showed up in the Orcish Mines. Without any further ado or preamble, let us get back to crawling. So, just checking really quickly over my abilities. Dodge stealth looks good. Conjuration's decent. I agree with all these choices. That's fine. Technically want to get rid of stealth sooner rather than later to focus on the skill that actually will let me survive when I'm making enough noise to wake up half a floor. But, you know, so what? I could try and get Summon Ice Beast down to 0 hunger by training spellcasting a little more, but I think that's overkill and totally unnecessary. Traps and doors will stay at 0 as a point of pride. Ditch the rotting chunks. To memorize, regeneration was on my list, and it will require 2 more spell levels. I'm going to level up once pretty soon, so let's get 1 more point in spellcasting after I turn off stealth. What else is notable? Yeah, there's nothing in terms of what I'm wearing or wielding. I remember I started this Felid a while ago with the goal that I just wanted to do a simple no brains required run. Not no brains required because it's so easy. It's not, but rather no brains required because I don't have any choices. I'm not allowed to use half the items I pick up anyway. Alright, down we go. Pull, blink, and kill. I'm gonna gamble that I'll get my food back. I did not. Gamble did not pay off. No big deal. It didn't really fail me either. Definitely want repel missiles on. This is an orc mine, and therefore perfectly reasonable that they all use crossbows. And hey, won't you know it? Repel missiles totally pulled up on Nessos. We're gonna blast him with ice in every direction that he steps in. No. So the way the ice is being registered is that it's totally, you know what, fuck it. Orb of Destruction, and I need something that's just gonna out and out kill him. He's not inside of ice currently, so that'll kill him. Excellent. Yeah, the way that the ice clouds were working versus the fire bolts is that the fire bolts penetrated all of them by the looks of it, as opposed to being stopped after 1 or 2, because the projectile weapon wasn't going to be stopped by a cloud that blocked fiery things. We should get out of here before we die. That guy obviously picked up Nessos' stuff. And, yeah, I don't want to have to use a cure if I don't have to, so let's stand in the corner and see. No, I'm heavily poisoned. I'm probably going to need it. Yeah, I'll just use it now and get it over with. I'll go back for the other potion of curing that I left behind in that store on the first floor. And while we're at it, we'll eat some corpse. Alright. There you go. Do I still have heal wounds? I do. Test this latest potion. Might. Excellent. Down, down, down. Poke, 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 poke. Alright. Owie. Down we go. Different exit, different entrance. No problem. I don't mind being this moving wraith of destruction wherever I go. Nigh imperceptible to the naked eye. Though I'm obviously not nigh imperceptible. And come on, seriously. Let's go ahead and get an ice beast by my side, just as a companion, tank, meat shield, whatever. Think of it as a protective enchantment, rather than as a offensive spell. Take a step forward and Ice Blast. Okay. Stealth up, see? There you go. My protective companion totally just paid off. Let's make another one, so that, you know, when the first one elapses, I have the second. I'm just gonna blast with ice, like, pronto. We'll drop a fire in case you decide to come into melee with me. Yeah, you're done. You're done. Don't even know why you spoke. Swiftness, repel missiles, eat orc flesh. Of course, it's nauseating. It's made of orc. What did you expect? It tastes like crappy chicken. Hey, take him out and get a second buddy for when. Oh, there's 2 of you. Perfect. Start dropping ice clouds. The idea with that being, even if they kill my ice beast, it'll still root my enemies inside of where I needed them. We're gonna take the Longbow of Flame, just so it can't be used against me for this floor. When I'm good and done with this floor, I will, of course, drop it. It's got no practical use for me. As much as it always pains me to use an Orb of Destruction to kill a trivial enemy, sometimes it really is just the easiest option. Since I don't have a tier 2 attack in my arsenal. Oh my god, that's Saint Roka. We need to be terrified. He's got an Orcish equivalent of Haste and AoE Berserk for his allies. So unless I'm literally sitting... And I have so low health that I can probably be smitten to death in 2 turns. Or just one really unlucky turn. Repel missiles is going to be an absolute must. Yeah, that guy's keeping up with me despite swiftness. I don't care if I'm going into an unknown area. It's better than staying in his sight. I don't think that I need to fight Saint Roka right now or anything. I can totally ignore him if I so desire. But at the same time, I have extra lives, so I'm feeling ballsy enough to try it anyway. It's not like I don't have a powerful level 7 Conjuration spell that would wreck him if I was able to hit him repeatedly from... if everything goes right, I can probably kill him pretty nicely. And if things go wrong, I have a very good chance of escape. And if everything goes wrong, including my escape plan, I don't lose the game. So, a lot of good going on here. That cloak looks so tempting. Notice that I'm very content to just... Now that I know there's a real threat on this floor, I'm playing cautiously. Very cautiously. Oh my god, he came in from behind. Fuck. Blink. Anywhere is better than where I was standing. Perfect. Now we're on the staircase. Let's open a volley. Shit, he came up with me. Okay, we need our mana back first. We can worry about him as soon as we come back. That's almost certainly gonna miss. It hit. That got him! Just non-stop orb spam. And again, I recognize that that was not a guarantee. I could have been smitten for a lot more damage than I was smitten for, and had no hope but to drink a heal wounds and pray. But I had a lot of options. It wasn't like I was out of escape options the moment he attacked. He doesn't have a confused paralyzed to my knowledge that he can use against me. So, I took my gamble, and it paid off, and now I can clear this floor with a lot more impunity. Not to mention level up, because I just killed Saint Roka. That's worth a lot of experience. Okay, a bookstore. This is interesting. Is there anything here of note? Fire and flames everywhere, huh? Swiftness I already have. Sky would offer me haste, I guess? No, flight could be useful. What does condensation shield do exactly? There. Disk of dense vapor, condensed, blah 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 blah. Normal shield density depends on caster's skill with ice magic. Damn. So basically what they're saying is I get a shield slot if I'm willing to keep it up. And all I have to do is have high ice skill to power it. I don't even need high transmutation skill. Just enough to cast. That's a must-have. What book was it in, did they say? Frost, I believe? Yes. And I can also get a tier 2 icicle spell, so I have something in between Orb of Destruction and Ice Freeze Cloud. I'm tempted enough to say it's worth it and pick it up. And you know what the hell? I will. I'll pay money and buy a book. I don't normally buy books, but this time you got me. Okazoba's armor costs... Oh, what is Okazoba's armor? Blah 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 blah. Caster and the caster's equipment will not suffer cold from the Slayer, be affected by other sources of cold normally. Will not function for caster already wearing heavy armor. Effect of the spell are boosted if caster is in ice form. Caster and the caster's equipment will not suffer cold. So near as I understand, I'm getting a free layer of ice around my skin, which boosts my AC. Again, win-win. So that's 2 defensive spells. You see why I said ice is high mid-game utility? I don't play it very much, but god damn, it's great. We're gonna need a lot of spell levels to fund all of that, though, so yeah, we may have to start training spellcasting specifically for that purpose. Although, to be completely fair, it's not like my Ice Cloud isn't getting the job done when it comes to, you know, killing things that are in between. It's just that it costs 6 mana, and shooting things could cost a little less and be a little bit more direct for things that need more damage over time. Or for things that are within the cloud but need to die faster. Like right now, I can't shoot it with anything. It's... yeah, there we go. Intelligence, definitely. I don't need strength, clearly. Oh my god, there's a horde of you trolls. Well, guess what? You all can suffer my icicular homicide. Oh boy. Why don't you just keep coming at me? The ants go marching one by one, hurrah, hurrah. The trolls get slaughtered by my orbs, hurrah, hurrah. They'll die together in agonizing pain while freezing rays will blast their brains. Ha 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 ha. The cat knocks them all down. You gotta love that I'm using magic darts of all things, because they're not worth anymore, but fuck it, just, yeah, there you go. Die already. Instant kill. Come on, there's a lot of food. As long as I don't get nauseated, I should be good for regenerating all the food that I used up. Never mind. The situation just got more serious. Run. Ice. Double ice. Failed. Run again. Okay, re-nauseated. Got a confuse off, which should put you in... boom. Solid connect. What is this? The Book of Summonings? It has recall in it, otherwise nothing that I would even vaguely be interested in. And I don't really intend to go the summoning route. I haven't put any points into it. Are you in a confused cloud? You are not, so... there you go, now you are. Fuck me. There you go. Takedown and takedown, and is that everything? You know what? Screw you guys, you're not letting me eat. Okay, I'm not hungry anymore, so if there's a corpse, I'd be happy to have a piece of it. Or I'm not starving, I'm nauseated anymore. Of course, right back into nauseated territory. Good fuckity god, I'm glad they took this out of the game. Nausea is so frustrating. Alright, once stealth hits 10, we're gonna drop it again. Level these skills somewhat evenly. Alright, any corpse that isn't rotted. Of course not. That would be helpful. Go ration. Blink, Ice Zone, Poke, Takedown, Butcher, Blink. Just blink and darts until you're down, bro. I think I want to let you get me. You out of your goddamn mind. Alright, there we go. 3 chunks eaten in a row. No error. Where was I? Ah, yes, I was just contemplating how awesome it was that I have all these defense spells. Let's get repel missiles in case this guy has more rocks that he wants to throw. Clearing Orcish Mines with tier 1 spells. What kind of joke is this? There you go. Actually, fuck, I just remembered that Cyclops' flesh probably doesn't have that same hungering. Never mind. He didn't even leave a corpse, so... and by hungering, of course, I meant nauseating effect. Contaminated is, I believe, the word. Alright, that's clear. Shit, just hurry up. How are we doing? We now have 2 spell levels. That was spell casting going on, in case you missed it. It's not mana efficient, but it is hunger efficient. You know what? I don't care about hunger efficiency right now, just finish things. There you go. Yeah, butcher everything, and just eat until you're nauseated. There you go. Feel like puking? Perma-puke status. Orb of Destruction to finish that troll before bad things happen. I wonder just what... You know, I'm making a lot of noise with all these massive blasts I've been firing, which is probably why I'm bit by bit aggroing the entire cache of ogre trolls that were back there. But clearly there was a large cache if this is how much is being decompressed. And I haven't actually even gotten to the real issues yet. Like, you know, the core of whatever it was I was trying to reach. I'm just gonna drop an Ice Blast for the triple kill. Alright, corpses to eat. Yay, we made it to Engorged! Definitely buy the meat ration, that'll replace my losses. And, shit, I don't want to drop the Bow of Flame. I don't need 2 potions of Berserk Rage, 1 is enough. Definitely get Repel Missiles back on, I just have a premonition. And sure enough, there is a bolt casting ogre on the potentially bolt casting ogre on the screen. Fire off an Orb of Destruction. Excellent. And we can drop stealth now. For whether or not it was doing good to be trained, right this minute, I kind of want my spell levels up so I can be more defensive. Perfect. Cyclops just as I come off nausea. Drop the ogre and drop the bow, because there's no arrows nearby to load it up with anyway. Nothing. 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 Perfect! That's a clear. Let's turn our attention to stuff. What does freeze do? It's just a weak level 1 attack. I have zap, better range, and irresistible, which is how I like it. Conjuration's ice magic. Yeah, cool. And by irresistible, of course, what I mean is there's no race that says I'm not affected by damage of that type, not that it's irresistible. You can, of course, damage mitigate magic dart. Yeah, you can ignore whatever you can't carry, just go upstairs. There was one more thing I wanted to clear out before I leave, and that is whichever area it was that I'd entered and there was like a ton of enemies. I don't remember where it was, but I'd find it soon. Actually, it can't be downstairs, or... It's only one way down. Only on one way up. Okay, I must have cleared it and forgotten about it. I remember seeing a floor and immediately bailing, but... I guess I was just imagining it. Drop the rotting stuff, and I have a little bit more time. Let's just keep exploring the dungeon. It's pretty basic here. Drop a fire zone until the firewalk reaches me. Okay, because yeah, it didn't look like he had a buddy with him, even though I'm sure they're, yep, right around the corner. So what we're going to do is fire and ice. Perfect. And just fire to finish it off. Excellent. Plus any buddies he may have had. Clear. Orb of Destruction. Uncared for scroll. A couple fire casts. Sometimes the old ways are just the simplest. Other times I'm just too lazy. Swiftness is active, so step away, fire, and ice. And then close the door. Perfect. They all are retarded enough to stand right inside an ice cloud as it kills them, with no hope of getting out the door. Just what I would expect from a brainless piece of slime. Repel missiles, drop a fire zone and an ice zone. One way or the other, you're getting torched. Or frostbit. Ensorcelled Hibernation. Not a bad choice, but not one I'm interested in either. So instead, memorize Okuzobu's armor? Definitely. Well, do I want that or do I want to hold out for Icicle? No, I have damage. What I don't have is utility, so let's do that. Put that on my letter X, and what happens? Film of Ice raises my AC to 11. How long will that persist? Let's find out. Miss. It really should persist until something happens to crack it, but I'm certain it's going to be time limited. Yep, very limited. So I have an excuse to cast it constantly since it's hungerless. Swiftness, repel missiles, AC boost, off we go. So this is going to be a high utility build when I'm done with it. What kind of charms are my boasting here? 4.2? I can definitely get that higher. You know what? It's a defense ability I'm training, so I'll replace my one defense ability with my other and go charms for a little while. Always want to be training some form of defense, but I never said what. Drop a fire zone. Fuck. There we go. No food. Keep some form of resistance on at all times. Special credit if you do all of them. AC buff, especially before entering combat, an AC buff is just nice. Flat, no-brainer AC buff. It's obviously not a no-brainer. You've got to assess whether or not the mana cost is worth it, especially since you can't channel. But in my case, it's mostly going to be worth it. Oh, shit! Fire zone and ice zone. Want to fight me, you stand in that fire, bro. You don't want to fight me, you freeze to death outside that fire. Mostly the same to me. Treasurer needs 15 scrolls of teleport. I have 5. Let's drop 3 of them now. I don't think I'll ever give it to them because I can't use teleport once as a cat, so yeah, frankly, if what was inside that trove was 15 scrolls of teleport, I would smile and say, there, now I don't have to worry about teleporting for the rest of the game. So I don't see it as being a very likely sell, but you never know. Could be that I find a ring of teleportation, become an evocator by the end of this. Evocations, incidentally, is not a bad school for a cat to think of. You come upstairs with me. I mean, seeing as how they can evoke all the rods and wands in the game. Dot, 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 dot. That's the joke. Fire Orb of Destruction, take out the cattle. Boom. No, I was about to say new scroll, but it turns out it's an old scroll. Tell you, the oldies but goodies, man. I'm still using Conjure Flame, Magic Dart. It's like grits and gravy. It may not taste perfect, but goddamn if it don't get the job done. Alright, here's a fire, here's the ice zone. Be nice to have like an alternate zone, like poison, but I don't, so whatever. Everyone loves magical Trevor, cause the tricks that he pulls are ever so clever. Look at him now, disappearing a cow. Where is the cow? Oh no. Taking a bow, it's magic. Okay. Fire. Repel missiles. Ice storm. Close the door. Close the door again. He's through the door, but he's in the fire. That's everybody. And that's it, the Grand Grimoire. We have completed the cycle of gifts. It is time to remove the Amulet of Faith. And remove the Amulet of Faith. And drop 2 pips of Piety. But I don't lose any passive abilities because of AHMAD. Put on our mutation since it's at least as good as anything else. And the MR will always be handy. Shit. You know what? Swiftness? That looks like a Josephine group. My guess is that Josephine is not that far behind them. I don't want this club to be blocking the door should I need to close it on something. Well, it was easier than I expected to pull them in. Shit. Yeah, I just used a melee range orb of destruction. Again, keeping that doorway clear on the off chance that I need to duck in and hide from God knows what. I'll have the option. Nice. It's going down. I don't need centaur flesh. You just keep going. Ooh, it looks like a mini hive. Drop a fire zone, shout, get some attention, and now start freezing everything. Shout again. I dare not. That was ridiculously stupid of me. I do not know what I was thinking when I blinked there. I lost a cure, a resistance, a berserk rage, a speed, and a heal wounds. That was... I've made some bad decisions in this run. Tactical blunders, etc. That qualifies as the worst tactical blunder I've made all game. I'm lucky it didn't cost me more. It couldn't have cost me my life, but at least it didn't cost me the last potion I had of something important for any given value. That is incidentally also why I leave my potions of cure mutation and such sitting quietly at home or in some base somewhere rather than taking them with me, just in case something happens out of my control, or in this case in my control, that gets them all killed. I don't want them lost. Let's go ahead and activate my defense skills. On the off chance of there being potions in here, let's explore it all instead of freezing it out. New book, a bunch of cool stuff, nothing I care about, it's not actually that new. Off we go. That looks like a Bailey, so let's get a repel missiles on, as well as a damage reduction, why not? Okuzobu's armor. It is in fact a Bailey. Who called it? I did. Yeah, I got time for a Bailey. It's just into the Bailey. Explore. Poison cloud to confuse to death. You know what? I don't need to do that. I can drop ice clouds over the water. You guys are just gonna freeze to death outright. And I'm gonna get full mana refunds for all your murder. Wait, I can't reach across? Seriously? Oh, Nelly. Well, I can blink across eventually. There you go. In case I ever need to come back. Get a repel missiles. And it's going to be important to realize I cannot get back quickly. So, I need to fight here as though I were standing my ground at each turn. I also don't want to send too many ice clouds blind across corners, lest I crack important potions that are being stored in these vaults as loot. Okay, that was nearly lethal. Repel missiles is still on. Let us activate armor, fire, and ice. That was again nearly lethal. Let us activate swiftness and orb of destruction to make sure that I don't get hit again. Hide in the corner. My stealth should definitely help here. Excellent. At the very least, this is going to help get my piety back up. Not that it matters, but I hate having my piety sub-max. You know what? I don't want to use an OOD against you, so we'll just use ice. Those charms should have reasonable power behind them at this point. Oh god, yes. Very reasonable power. Then we can turn off charms. And temporarily ignoring the fact that I have no defense skill on. I'm never going to have much health, so not too worried about adding 1 or 2 more points to it just now. Yes. Oh, I'm trying to close the door, you moron, not walk there. See, that wasn't a tactical blunder, that was a typo. That one I'm glad nothing happened. I didn't deserve it. Boom. And I think that's it. That's the whole... Speak and then you'll be proven wrong, right? Alright, that's the whole of it. Probably a lot of cool stuff for people who have hands. I do not, so who cares? Only thing for me there is the experience. That should definitely get some kills accrued. Alright, boom. Fire, ice. And everything nice. Herp a derp a derp a derp a derp a derp. Engorged on yak. Activate armor before travel. And again, that armor is actually totally paying off right now. Ice Cloud, Swiftness, Armor. Here, that armor did not pay off. It was a wasted cast of... which might have been better used to take out my enemies. Not that that was a problem either. Alright, and that's... No, you can just ignore that, please. Do I have a magic map? I do not, so then I would like one of those. Drop the Book of... Can we afford anything from anything? No, okay. Drop the Book of Annihilations. It's cool and all, but Ice Storm is so far away from where I am right now. It's not really worth thinking about. Repel Missiles is up so that Luis will have a slightly harder time abyssing me. Fire. Ice. Double ice. Run. Alright, again, fire. Ice. Get all my buffs up again and start traveling. I lost him. It was not my plan, but whatever. By the time I find him again, he's going to be fine, and I'm going to need to use something like Orb of Destruction to burn him down. I just hope that when I do find him, he's not behind me or something nasty like that. Oh, there's more enemies coming out that door, so definitely ice around the corner and back away, since I can't close this door. What are you gonna do? I'll pile into this like it's a clown car. It's fine. Okay, fire, poke. Luis is at large. I don't take well to that. Let's find him first and deal with him. There we go. I admittedly took a little bit of a risk standing at odds with him like that. A chance of being abyssed, etc. But I've got good stealth. I've got reasonable bonuses. If somehow I die, I don't die because I'm a cat. And he is more likely to die if he doesn't do anything, so yeah. Definitely a case of Ice Storm to kill everything, and Fire to finish that. that survives. Okay. Well, at this point, I'm actually going to call it. I've been playing quite a while. My Vehement piety has not recovered, which is unfortunate, but it will, with time, most certainly. And I needed to get that amulet off sooner or later, so might as well be sooner when there's no real harm to it. My skill training proceeds at pace. I now have another defense utility skill, and I'm down to D14 with cleared out Lair and Orc, which is always the mini victory. I could go back and try and clear Swamp if I wanted. Do I have Swamp? What did I get? What did I draw? I'm pretty sure I drew Swamp Snake, right? Swamp Snake. Yeah, I could probably clear Snake even, but it would be nice to have Poison Resist before I attempt it. Right, that's enough for now. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys next time.